Hey everyone, my name is Pranoy Dev, and I'm the lead for Team Accubits. And so for the past couple of weeks, we started our journey into this hackathon, and our vision was to build a decentralized ecosystem for task collaboration. A couple of fancy words there, but it's essentially a Kanban board that is powered on crypto. Now, as tech professionals, our lives kind of revolve around tools like Trello and Jira. So we're pretty familiar with the interface of an in progress to do, a to do in progress done. So, and you move a task along as a task is done, basically. Now, we want to take that concept and attach crypto to it. So our idea is pretty simple. We're basically going to attach Solana tokens to every single task. And when a user comes to the platform and creates a particular task, he has the functionality to assign a participant, exactly like how you might do on Trello or Jira. But the catch is here. Um, the the participant is basically another wallet address. So and once the task is created, then the user has the functionality to move the task around in their Kanban board. They can either move it to an in progress bar that basically kind of just alerts uh, the participant also. So if you are a participant, you can actually see the tasks that are allotted to you on the platform. Now you can once you move the particular task onto done, that's when the payout mechanism triggers, and basically you get paid for the work that you have done. The core issue that we're trying to solve is we're trying to fix productivity. Now we believe as creative tech professionals, the current mechanism of getting paid by the hour is broken because it clearly does not make any sense. Uh, if you are a talented developer, a particular task for you to complete might just take a couple of hours. Now, compared to another guy who might take a couple of days, even. Uh, so, but essentially, when you look at it, the guy who took more amount of time is going to get paid more than you, but essentially have done the same amount of work. So we believe that there is a obvious flaw that no one is kind of addressing there. So we've decided to fix that problem with crypto. So CryptoPod Kanban board was born. Now, I would like to emphasize on the ecosystem bit. Now, that's where things get really interesting. We have our plan for after the hackathon is to continue development and build a feature called the marketplace. Now, marketplace is basically where once you have exported a task, you can export it to the marketplace. Sorry, once you've created a task, you can export it to the marketplace. Now, in marketplace, you would have access to a global talent pool who can basically reach out to that particular task, and according to them, they can see the soul tokens that are attached, the unique task ID. They can cross-refer that and verify that on the block explorer, and basically you can see that the thing is legit. And they can also apply for a particular task, and you would get uh, you can basically go back there and see the list of participants that have applied for it. And once over there, you can basically select a particular applicant and assign the task to them. And that task comes back to your Kanban board, and you can effectively start collaborating back again. So that is the core idea. And then we're also building a couple of more interesting features on top of it, like a task crowdfunding aspect. So you create a task, you export it to the crowdfund section. That will allow other people who are interested in the task to basically, send funds to it, in essence. And once you have enough funds, you can export that to the marketplace, find the talent that you want, and export that back into Kanban board and get your job done. So that's where our whole vision with the ecosystem lies. When you talk about pricing and how we plan to price the product, so we are basically a tap for freelancers. So which means that we would be competing with sites like uh, we're basically a Trello, an Upwork slash freelancer, and also a Kickstarter. So we are in a very unique space. I okay. So when you compare with other freelancing platforms like Upwork and Freelancer, for example, they do charge a commission rate of around 20%. But as a freelancer, that is kind of bad because for every $100 that I earn, uh, the platform gets around $20. So we think that is kind of unfair, and we are aggressively pricing it at just 5% commission fee at payout. So when you complete a task on TaskDapp, you're essentially getting 95% of the total value. Now, we would be also deploying our platform token called TaskDapp tokens. Now, tasks that are created on TaskDapp tokens would have a much lower platform fee of, say, less than 2%. So that's our whole incentive and how we try to evolve the platform. Yep, as I mentioned, we have a Kanban board, a global task board to find talent, instant payments, instant settlement, instant feedback loops, all powered by the magic of Solana. And we can also crowdfund task. Now let's get started. I'm going to connect my wallet. Initially, the only wallet that we support is a font is Phantom.app. So I enter my password here. Okay. Okay. As you can see, my wallet is now connected. If I click on it, the green light pops up. You're connected to TaskDapp.io. And yeah, so the user is initially greeted with a default Kanban board. So it just shows him how things are. These are just a sample cards that don't have any money with them, but it's just for demo purposes. Okay, so I, as a user, I have the ability to move the tasks around. And once a particular task is completed, basically is done, I can move it to done, and the participants that are allotted to that task are sent the amount of tokens that are attached to that particular task. Now, only the task creator can move around tasks. If I am an assignee, I don't have the privilege to move it to done, um, because done is where we're basically planning to trigger the payments. So only the task owner has that ability. But as a task owner, when I assign participants and that participant comes to the platform and connects their wallet, um, such task would pop up here as basically assigned to you kind of task that I will be able to see that okay, I have this task attached. I can, when I click on it, I can basically see the information like the description of the task, the title, created at, the tokens allotted. If there are other participants, I can see the total other participants that are on the task, the deadline for the task. And we've also like included a progress bar and things like that. Then we also have a very handy dark mode, and as developers, we all know how much developers love dark mode. So this is a must have feature for us. Yeah. Now, anyway, now this is where the interesting bits lie. I, as a user, we have fetched the balance directly from the wallet. As of now, the platform is running on DevNet, so these are the DevNet Sol I have in my wallet. So I can basically create a task here. So say create Solana projects, make the next Mango Markets deadline. Let's keep a deadline as October 5th. Soul tokens. Let's give 20 souls. Participant. Okay. I'm just basically going to assign this to myself. Add a participant and create. So once that is done, yeah, as I can see here, it has created a section called to do. So it's about to begin, and 20 souls attached to it. Create soul projects, make the next Mango Markets, and I can also see the participants. So the idea is that once the user completes the task and you move the uh, card over to the done section, we can then trigger the payouts to the wallet ID that is associated with the assignee, basically. So once the task is complete, if there are multiple participants, you would be splitting the 20 soul tokens equally among the multiple participants and then transferring that over to their wallets. So it's basically an instant feedback loop. Now, I, as a task owner, can then basically all I have to do is just move my card from to do to done, and its payout is instant. um, okay, so this is phase one of a project. So this is what we're trying to build. Now, after this comes in our marketplace. Now, I did mention about marketplace and what we aim to do with it. So Basically, this once I create a task, I should be able to export it to the marketplace, where if you're a freelancer, you can basically come in and look for tasks that you're good at. So there'll be a search, sort, filter kind of thing where you'll be able to view the list of tasks that are available in public, and you'll basically be able to apply for it. And once the task creator approves it, he can basically bring the task back into the Kanban board and basically and uh, get on with get on with his work. Um, Okay, so that is it. Now, to incentivize the whole mode, we are also going for a token sale. We have deployed a task token, TaskDapp token. We have minted like around, I think, around 18 billion, I guess. So basically, yeah, I'm a TaskDapp billionaire. So we are planning to have a token sale soon to crowdfund the whole project, and that should happen pretty soon. Anyway, now we've also have a Discord channel where people can reach out to us, or if they have any queries, basically contact us and stuff like that. We also have an active Twitter thread where we have been posting pretty regularly on what we have been doing, or our updates so far and things like that. And we've also got pretty a couple of interesting incoming messages that people of basically a couple of interest from other Twitter users. Now, crowdfunding is another platform, another feature that we plan to introduce. Say, for example, if you don't have enough money and you want to do a social experiment or a social project, basically, uh, any project that requires crowdfunding per se. So you can basically create a task without attaching any Solana tokens, and export it directly to the crowdfunding section. And in crowdfunding section, you would be able to, sorry, other users. So you can set a goal that you want, and other users will be able to deposit money, crypto into that particular task. Once you've met your goal, you can either export it back into marketplace to find freelancers. When you find a suitable person to work with, you can export them back into a Kanban board and manage that task. And once the task is done, payout is as simple as moving it to done, and payment would be settled. So that is where we are at. And as a platform, what we are lacking at the moment is we did run into a couple of issues with Create Task. We have deployed the Anchor program on DevNet, and our test, yep, and we did run a couple of test cases which are passing, but we're having a couple of issues integrating Phantom.app and signing transactions when we create this thing. So that is something that the team is working on at the moment, but I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to resolve it soon. So that's it from me in terms of the demo. I So this hackathon was a fantastic learning opportunity for us, and I'm pretty sure that over the next couple of weeks we would be doubling down on our skill sets with Rust and also the Anchor framework. It would be a lot helpful if we could find more documentation. It's As of now, we've had to spend a significant amount of time digging into code from other GitHub projects and then trying to figure out how they have done it. And yeah, so it was a little tricky, but I believe that the ecosystem is evolving, and over time that issues would get fixed. But as of now, that is an issue, and that needs to be addressed. So that's it from me and Team Accubits. Uh, we do plan on following through on the features that we plan on building, and we're pretty confident that we would be able to fix the issues in a couple of days, and we should be up and running pretty soon. At least the base core Kanban functionality should be up and running in a while. Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching this demo, and it has honestly been such a great learning experience. Learning React, then learning Rust, learning Anchor framework. It was an uphill climb, but we're really glad that we got the opportunity for this uphill climb and learn things along the way. And we did make a lot of friends on Discord. The community on Anchor is really good. The community on Solana is also very helpful. Most of our queries we are just pinging Discord channels there and asking them out, and they were very resourceful and guided us through the right GitHub projects where we could have solved it. So the community is honestly great, and just honored to have this platform, and a platform to basically showcase what we can build. And uh, again, thanks to the organizers of Solana, organizers of Devfolio for this opportunity. And with this, I'm winding up. Thanks, guys. Bye.